Alright everybody, Lloyd Hannison here with another first look here on the Nerdnest channel. Today we're taking a look at Moonlighter on Google Stadia. This game that just hit the Pro service for July. So if you are a Stadia Pro member, you can download this one or you can claim this one for free. I keep saying download even though you don't really download things on Stadia. So we're going to jump in. We're going to do a little bit of a Moonlighter, 15, 20, 30 minutes. We'll see where the game takes us. Again, my name is Lloyd Hannison from the Nerdnest. You can follow me on Twitter at Dasme, D-A-S-M-E. Would love to hear from you. So let's do this. I jumped in really quickly just to see how it performed on Stadia. It performed really, really well. So let's do a new game, and we'll do normal, and we'll jump into Moonlighter. If you're not familiar with Moonlighter, you are essentially a shop owner that likes to go into dungeons and kill things and get loot that you then sell in your store the next morning. Pretty fun game. Played this a long time ago on Switch, and want to play it on Stadia as well. So you can see the graphics, they're very pixel, but they're almost like a retro pixel. Like everything looks like it was drawn bigger and then shrunk down to the pixel art. So everything is like very, very chunky and blocky, which is pretty darn cool. So we'll just let this story kind of play in, essentially telling you what the world's about, because dangerous dungeons and selling things. Life became hard for the town, especially for the young owner of the oldest shop, Will of the Moonlighter. I'm not going to read all this stuff out, but the intro reminds me a lot of like old LucasArts games or whatever, right? With that kind of art style. Big fan of the way this game looks, plays, and yeah, we'll get into it right away. I'll kind of give you my thoughts as we go through it, because I have played a fair bit of this previously on the Nintendo Switch, and then I played a bunch of it on Stadia as well. Alright, so this is the tutorial. You can see at the top of the screen, it's basically saying use your analog stick to move the Moonlighter guy. Then you can hit L2 to dive roll. You can dive roll across pits. Dive roll through enemies. And you can dive roll across projectiles, and you don't take any damage. So just giving you a little bit of a tutorial on what to do here. You can hit A to attack. And of course, I hit all the things, which is fantastic. You can see at the top right of the screen, there's a little L2 button and an R2 button. So L2 does your dive roll, and R2 will do a healing thing based on the number of potions you have. I can't open my bag yet, so I can't show you that stuff. All right, sometimes there's chests, and you can open chests by killing all the enemies on a floor. So other than the tutorial dungeon that we're in right now, I'm going to take all this stuff. Our L1 does a quick move, moves all the things. So outside of the tutorial, I'll move all that stuff over there. Things become a fair bit harder. You have to kill a lot more enemies before chests will open. I've even seen chests that don't open. They attack me. Okay, so this is... I'm going to die here, as you're supposed to. I remember playing this once and killing a bunch of these enemies just by using my healing potions, right? But, yeah, I'm just going to let them kill me. Because they, I believe they heal. Ooh, golem parts. I'm going to pick those up. Those sell for decent money. It'll be a good thing to start the game off with. Alright. So I'm dead. There is no avarice without penalty? Avarice? I don't know what that word is. Die with your inventory full of items. Alright, so when you die, you get thrown out of the dungeon. What a sorry-looking kid. All alone now. Rest for a bit, Will. I have you now. Alright. I'll let this one finish the tutorial, and then we'll do a couple runs, and I'll kind of show you sort of what the game is all about. The tutorial's a little bit slow going. Things move at a slow speed. All right, Zenon, even as a mere child, barely able to walk, you are curious up the dungeons. There is no doubt you carry the same obsession as old Pete. Morning, boy. Did our little merchant bite off more than he could manage? Will, listen to me. The hard truth is this. You are the last of your family, the only one left to run Moonlighter. You can't keep pushing yourself like this. Risking your life on the fifth door nonsense is foolish. Just leave it. Find some artifacts, then use your pendant to get out of the dungeon. And for Crater's sake, stop using that broom of yours, daft boy. It's dangerous to go alone. Take this. It's mine from back in the day. Use it. I have little need for it now. All right. Just going to make sure that I have my window up here. All right, there we go. Now then, get up. You're wasting light. Can't have you neglect the shop all day. Let's see if you can get through, if I can get through your hardhead some... What? Let's see if I can get through your hardhead some of the tricks that I picked up from your grandfather so many years ago. Wow, that was an awkward sentence. Made it hard for me to read it. All right. So here we go. So you saw the first half of the game, which is fighting in the dungeon. The second half of the game is the sell things in your shop. And you can kind of do whatever you want. You don't always have to sell things. You can just keep doing dungeon runs and building up a bunch of loot and then open your shop and sell all the things. It's kind of up to you. There's pluses and minuses for all that stuff. All right, successfully selling your merchandise takes knowledge of two things. You must know an item's value as well as its demand. Come now, open the shop and allow the customers in. All right, so you hold the A button to open the shop and then customers will start flooding into your store. So one thing you have to do is be careful and closely watch what their smiling faces do or frowny faces do when they're buying things. The best expression you can hope for. So that is almost a perfect price. I believe the perfect price for that item is 110 gold, if I remember correctly from playing before. I used to know what most of the items were worth. Not so much anymore. That item wasn't too expensive for them and not too cheap for you to lose a profit. Be sure to pay attention to your customers' expressions. That's how your grandfather always knew if his prices were fair. All right, another guy's coming in. And he did not like it. I don't think I need to tell you how that item was obviously overpriced. Lesson learned? Finally, be careful of selling a popular item too much. If you flood the market, you will have to offer cheaper prices on your wares. Point is, charge higher when something is in high demand and in low supply. Take out your merchant notebook. It should hold all the information you have gathered on discovered wares and artifacts. All right, so merchant notebook is, you hit Y to bring it up. Usually you're looking at stuff that's in your inventory, but if you go R2, you can kind of see the various things. You can also see that foundry rests. Wait, I can't actually do anything here, can I? Okay, I'm just going to exit. It would seem the sun has fallen for the day. I best head off. You will pick up more on your own. Restoring this shop to its full glory, that responsibility falls on you, not I. It's in your blood, Will. Make us proud. In the meantime, why don't you try out the new sword of yours? Dungeons are more perilous at night, but you can always find better artifacts. Just don't dive too far and use that pendant, boy. All right. First, I'm going to go out, I guess. It kicked me out. I forgot about that. Go on now. These weary bones of mine must rest. All right. So you can pretty much get to the dungeon going any direction. And when you first start the game out, the only dungeon that is open is this one. But there are 4 other dungeons, 3 of them that you'll access, and then the final dungeon, which you need to basically get to the bottom of each of these ones to get the key to open that one up. But that's a lot of talk for right now. Let's jump in and see what we're doing. So this game has randomly generated dungeons, so all the dungeons are actually generated randomly every time you go into them. And you can see this says Golem Dungeon 1. There's multiple floors to each of these 4 main dungeons. Okay, there's nothing in this room. Interesting. I don't think I've ever seen that before. Without even like a vase to break or something like that. Alright, this sword does much, much better damage. Alright, finished a room, and another door opened. He hit me. I can't believe he hit me. Wah, wah. Wow, he caught me again. Oh. I still have some healing potions, so I'm going to take one of those. Alright, kill this guy. And clear this room out. I'm going to turn my camera off for right now while we're going through this. Just for a little bit. Because there's some rooms where you need to know what's kind of on the sides. Or at least it's kind of interesting and important. You don't really need to see it, but it'll probably be a little bit better for you. And this is a good room to find. This will basically allows me to kind of go to the next section of the story. To a person of hopefully far better luck than I, my time is short. I took injury from the strange creatures across the room. My pendant all but shattered from the scuffle. Check him out, though. I'd say I fared better than he. He caught me spying on him near the Guardian's room. He dropped a couple items when he fled, one of which is this map? Diagram? Whatever it is, I was right. They called me crazy, said old Crazy Pete done gone, lost his marbles. But I was right. Each guardian of a dungeon must possess a key of sorts, all of them linked to that giant locked door outside the dungeons. The 5th door of Rhinoka. Sadly, I won't be around to see the door open. To whoever found me, I apologize for the smell, but the diagram should be around here somewhere. Please, open the 5th door of Rhinoka. These dungeons are not what they seem. Alright, gonna pick up the rest of this stuff. I'm gonna read this one. Big boss gonna kill me. I'm supposed to let them all out. Now have to chase this weird creature that stole my stuffs. Big boss gonna be so upset with little me. Alright, and here's the, basically the guide telling you which dungeons unlock. So you can see 1, 2, 3, 4. So I guess cyan, purple, red, and then blue-ish, purpley blue. Once you get all 4 of those, you can then open up the big door up top. So pretty simple stuff. Okay, so this shows that you have to fill your bag, and then you can hold down B to teleport home, essentially. And it costs money to do that. If you bring up the Y in... Oh, I can't do it? Oh, I have to actually teleport home right now? Dang. Not what I wanted to do, but we'll show you when we get back to our house. All right, so that was a good first kick at the can. You can see I got a bunch of stuff. I have some vines, some of those sticks. I can't remember what they're called. I think they're like whetstones or something like that. I got some lenses, a bunch of stuff that I can sell in my shop. And we'll see if I remember all the prices. Probably not. The good thing is if you find a perfect price for an item, you don't have to remember it. It's stuck in your notebook, and it will auto price from there on out. Ah, the young proprietor of Moonlight has returned. You look intact. Finally learned to use that pendant properly. It's about time, boy. What are you holding? Is that a chart of the dungeons? Where'd you get this? You found old Pete's? Dead. See, this is what happens when you chase what's behind that door. Leave it, Will. Just get the artifacts you need from the Golem dungeon, and look after Moonlighter. Now, I noticed some posts on the town board that may interest you. Some shops want to move in, attempt to revitalize this town. Apparently, they need some startup capital first. It would be nice to see some new life in Rhinoka. Nice indeed. All right, so tutorial's done. Let's do some selling, and then hopefully we can buy some of this stuff here. When you go to the board, I'll show you what it is. I can't do anything with it yet. So you can invest in town or your shop. So when you invest in town, you invite people. So for 500 gold, I can invite the Vulcan's Forge. For 500, I can do the wooden hat, where I can buy potions and things. This guy allows me to craft upgraded equipment, so better armor and weapons and things like that. Le Retailer, 5,500. To buy random things that are available in the dungeon. You need some of the items that you grab from the dungeon to craft equipment, so it makes sense to have this guy there. And then there's the banker and the hawker, which are very expensive to buy, and you won't be getting them right at the start of the game anyway. All right, let's go into our store. Let's take this. Let's price this one the right amount. I think it's 110. Okay. Okay, fabric is... I have my cheat sheet beside me from when I played this game before. Nope. Okay, so these are three what? Fabric, 275. I know this is kind of cheating, but I played this game before, so just bear with me. 275. All right, golem cores are, if I can see them... 110 each. That's the 110 is kind of the normal amount for a lot of these things. Iron bars are 28 each. So you basically learn these prices by playing the game, by watching the faces go up and the faces go down, and then also it all depends on demand and stuff like that, right? So let's go back. Okay, so I got all my stuff priced. I'm going to go to sleep, wake up the next morning. Oh, what's this? Basically showing me what I need to do to unlock all this stuff. All right, I'm going to go to sleep. This will wake me up in the next morning. You can craft new beds that will give you bonus HP every time that you sleep, which is a nice thing to do before you go into the dungeon. Although dungeons are more powerful at night, so you might want to go in when it's a little bit darker. Okay, we'll go into our inventory. So you can see all the stuff that I have. You can hit L3, so click in the left stick to move things around and see kind of what you have. Then you can go between the different pages. So calendar shows you all the different days. Wish list if you are needing to build things, which I can't do yet because I don't have the forge or anything like that. But you can say, okay, I want to build this sword, so I need 3 of those items and 10 of those items. And they'll show up in your inventory as well, that they're on your wish list. And then your notebook will basically tell you all the things that are available here and what all the prices of them are. So, bunch of pages. What's this? Training sword. You can see people. I don't know what the price is. It's not super popular, and what it does. You can sell pretty much absolutely everything in the game as well. Rich jelly, a broom spear, and HP potion is really the only thing that I have in there. But you can go to the different. So this is the stuff the merchant sells, and then you can L1 and R1 through the different pages. So this is different things from the Golem dungeon. So you can see broken sword, crystallized energy 100. People were happy. You can maybe find out what the best price is eventually by doing that. Then the forest dungeon, desert dungeon, and the tech dungeon, which I haven't unlocked yet. So that's how you kind of work through and figure out all your prices. Again, I've played this and I've made notes, so I'm kind of cheating, I guess, because this isn't the first time I've played it. But now you know some perfect prices if that is something you want to do, if you want to play this game. Maybe that's spoilers. So maybe we'll use the Men in Black neutralizer or neuralizer and we'll erase your memory. But you can see that guy's really happy about 110 gold for that piece. So you sell it and you wait for everybody else to come in. Meanwhile, I can go here. I'm going to put Vine. Vine is 3. Yeah, this is the lowest thing that you can find in the dungeon. So you'll find yourself as you make your way through and you have a bunch of those things. You'll be selling them in the dungeon or destroying them because you won't want to take them back. You only have a set amount of inventory as you go to the dungeon and come back. So selling all your stuff that is super cheap stuff is probably not a good thing. You want to sell the more expensive things and make as much money as possible. All right, that guy bought that. Made me some good money. All right, since I've already priced the vines, if I hit R1 to quick place this one to the open slot, you can see that they've already priced at the optimum, or the last price that I put. In this case, it's the optimum one, which is nice. Okay, I'm going to sell that iron. This guy's going to sell my, or buy my vines. He's happy about it. We'll wait for this to empty out or finish up. Okay, foundry rests. I don't remember what those ones are. 165. Oops, nope. So we'll go 165. And then what's this one? Root R6. I remember that one. It's good to sell these things right at the start of the game. Eventually you need them for crafting, but they're easy to get. You don't really need too much of them. So I like just selling absolutely everything at the start of the game and saving my money, because some of these upgrades take a little bit of cash. All right, we're going to sell the fabric. We're going to sell the vines. We're going to sell the foundation, all the high ticket items, which I love. All right, and we'll put the rest of my stuff here. Okay, water sphere and lens and broken sword. So water sphere is 110. I think most of these are all 110. I believe. Lens is 110. And this one is broken sword is 165? Yeah, 165. It's amazing how you can retain stupid information like this one and remember it from like months and months and months ago. I haven't played this game for a long time on Nintendo Switch, so actually looking forward to going through this one and maybe even picking up the DLC on Stadia to play that here and make my way through that. All right, so we're almost done selling all of our loot. Once we've done this, I'll show you how the item board works and then how upgrades and all that stuff work. And then maybe we'll do one more quick jaunt into the dungeon, and then that'll be all she wrote for me here. Okay, oh, those are teeth stone 6 as well. All right, and the perfect prices that I have here, because everything's in pretty decent demand. Eventually, you might have to raise and lower your prices to maximize your profits. But for this video, just doing the perfect items is what I want to do. All right, 2 more items to sell. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. And then I'll show you how the unlocking the different buildings and how crafting works. And then, yeah, we'll do one more quick run of a dungeon, and that'll be it for Moonlighter. Really love this game. It's a fun procedurally generated game, different than pretty much all the other ones, because there's the selling mini game on top of everything else, and that's really how you get your gold. Okay, you have to hold A to close the store. Store's closed. Let's exit. All right. So I sold 2,572 gold worth of things. I'm going to sleep to daytime because some of the things that you do on the item board, you have to be in the day for them to actually be built. So I'm going to wait for that. I can't remember if the first 2 require day. I don't believe they require night. So I think we're okay here, but maybe it's screwed up. We'll see what happens. All right, let's go to the item board. We'll invest in the Vulcan's Forge. And that builds, the little constructor guy comes and builds the forge really quick. The thing I like about this is there's no like waiting a week for these things to be built. They just build, which is nice. At least at the start of the game, you don't want to be wasting time. All right, I'm going to build the wooden hat as well. And then we'll show you how those 2 things work. We'll go do some more dungeon delving, and then that'll be it for this first look of Moonlighter. Just a fantastic title here on on Google Stadia. Alright. Ah, you must be Will, the one who requested my forge. My name is Andre, Forge Master Extraordinaire. If it's weapons or armor you seek, Vulcan's Forge is the place. Alright. So this is how you make things. I don't have any armor on right now, so there's no prerequisites. But you can see that to make this armor, which gives me 30 more health, plus 30 health and plus 8 speed. Or I can make this armor, which has plus 40 health, and they all have different requirements. This needs 4 cloth, 2 of those water orbs, and 3 of the foundations. This one requires different items. And there's different classes. So here's sword. So this is the sword that I have, which gives me plus 20. But if I make this one, you can see that there's a requirement of this, which is what I already have. So you're going to be making the base sword and shield to then craft all these other ones. And you can see to make this upgraded sword and shield, it's going to cost me 4,000 gold. But I also need 2 items from the dungeon that I haven't found yet. And then there's different weapons. There's big swords, there's spears, there's gloves, and there's bows as well. So that's kind of how you make things. And then if you want, if I want to make this thing, you can hit X, and that adds it to the wish list. And then I'll show you what that means, because I don't have anything that is on the wish list here for you to see what it does. So let's go quickly to the potion shop. And I'll show you how potions work. So you can talk to this lady, Eris. Oh, a customer. My apologies. Just this book, it's so good. Okay, yes, I'm Eris, a weaver and potion master. Come to the Wooden Hat when you need a potion or enchantment. So you can buy potions. You can see there's a bunch of different potions. So this is the base potion. I have 4 of them on me right now. And it requires 1 of those little slime chunks that you get from killing the slimes. And that you can make a potion for 125 gold if you have 1 slime chunk. Or you can just buy that potion right out for 400. And it's the same for the next up potion. This one does 40 health, this one does 75 health, this one does 200 health, and this one does 500 health. And they each have different requirements. And then there's a bunch of different potions as well. There's fireflies will guide the user to the next floor of the golden dungeon. Reveals the Golem dungeon map, and those are the upgraded versions as well for the forest and the tech dungeon. But when you talk to her, you can also do enchantments, and I don't have any armor or anything really. I have my sword and shield, so if I click this, I don't have any empowering crystals to use, so I need 3 empowering crystals to upgrade my sword and shield from 20 damage to 27. So it's actually a really good idea to keep these crystals and upgrade your armor and weapons and things as quickly as you can. And yeah, I think that's about it. Let's go back to the dungeon. Let's do a quick dungeon run. Show you some more of the items, some more of the enemies, and that will kind of do it for my first look here. You can break all these things as well. Very rarely are there any items inside of them. I don't think I've ever found items in those ones in particular. Alright, we're getting sucked into the dungeon. I'm going to turn my camera off for when we're inside, just because you are going completely left to right in most of these dungeon rooms. Alright, Golem Dungeon 1, take 2. So that flying enemy that I just killed, they'll pick up items on the ground and fly off with them. So you definitely don't want that to happen. Items can fall down holes as well, so you have to be careful. Alright. So that chest popped open because I killed all the things in the room. And inside this chest is a bunch of cursed items. So you can see cursed items are unique to ones you haven't seen before. This one says it will destroy an artifact shown when placed. So if I put this here, any item that is in this square at the end of this run will get destroyed. So you have to be smart about where to put them. I'm going to move this one over and this one over. These ones, you don't know what they are until you leave the dungeon. which is, I don't know, sometimes they're good, most of the times they're just regular items, especially in this early dungeon. They're all things that you've probably seen before. This is a healing pool, and there's a healing pool here because the level boss, or the floor boss is right up here. So maybe we'll come to that one after. And we'll do up here. I like making these things come towards me instead of chasing them down so I don't get attacked by the sides, which is really annoying. Alright, so that room is done. We'll go back over here. Oh, I'm going to break this pot just in case. Nothing in that pot. We'll go to the right. This is a really easy room. Since they can't turn and fire at me, you just stand kind of side by side, and you'll be able to take their lovely, lovely loot. That's an updated one of those, or upgraded one of those. It took more hits to destroy it. Alright, another dungeon floor or room complete. You can see that I did 50 because that was an attack at the end of a 3-hit combo. So that is something you have to pay attention to in the game as well. Doing combos does more damage. Sometimes I believe there's just regular crit damage as well, but you can always get enhanced damage by doing a combo depending on the weapon that you're using. So you can see he picked up that whetstone thing, or whatever that thing was called. I can't remember now. Okay. Okay, well, nothing opened because that is a mimic chest. Oh, and he actually gave me a really good item. This thing here is useful for my first sword upgrade. And if you have extra of them, you can sell them for like 1,600 gold, I believe. They're like really, really expensive to sell in your store. A good way to get some decent cash early on. Uh-oh. Guy was going to eat me. All right, there's an empowering stone. I need that to upgrade my weapons. Oh, okay. Another room. These rooms will have books and other things to read. Oops. I can stand right in front of it. Today marks my first steps into this mysterious dungeon. They were discovered not far from Rhinoka, a small and incredibly charming village just north of the crater. And they are quite a unique occurrence. Any number of adventurers may enter a dungeon at once, but no one will adventure together. These dungeons seem to build themselves around the one entering. A unique maze for each person. Never the same labyrinth twice. One must ask, though, if no one is currently inside the dungeon, does it even exist? Now, these are the questions. Many right now are flooding their dungeons for their treasure, completely disregarding the inherent danger of the hostile creatures inside, just for some gold and some fame. But not I. No, it's about the questions for me. Where did these dungeons come from? Why do they constantly shift and change? And why are they filled with unseen treasures? I'm not here for the what. I'm here for the how and why. So this is kind of how the story of the game is brought to you. It's through all these little book things that you find. Okay, found that. Every once in a while in rooms like this, you'll see like a little glint over to the side, and then you can roll off and fall to your doom. But it actually gives you takes you to a secret room, which is always fun. Okay, we've almost completely explored this dungeon. So let's go to the golem boss, floor boss, I guess. We'll spend some time in the in that nice little swimming pool thing, this little healing pool. So you can just stand in it, and all your HP come back, which is useful right before a boss battle. All right, and we'll kill the boss. You can sometimes get hits in. Oh. All right, killed him, got his loot, and you can see that this door looks different than the other ones. This will take me to floor 2. All right, I'm going to do 1 or 2 rooms here and go back to town. I believe I can upgrade my sword and shield now if I have enough gold. Here's the first time you come here, you get this item. This is one of the strange devices that creature dropped when he fled. This one's rich, actually, almost quite literally rich. For every item you place in this device, gold of some perceived value drops out. It's great if you need your pendant in a pinch. Scythe looks like a mirror, so I'm just going to call it the mirror. Keeping it simple. I do wonder, though, where do the treasures inside go? And am I getting the best deal here? All right, so this item, you can see it's at the bottom left of the screen now. I'm going to exit out. You put items into it, and it gives you gold, but it doesn't give you the same amount of gold as if you sell it in the stores. So I'm going to come here, and I'm going to grab something to sell. I'll grab one of these. I have 1,672 coins. I dropped it in, and I got one more coin, so I have 1,673. As you can tell, not a good deal for doing that. I'd be much better selling it in my store. But I really only use this for the really, really cheap items that I don't want to bring back because I found some better stuff. Oh man, I'm almost dead. Okay, I think this guy, I think I need to make him go into a wall, right? Yeah. Jeez, it's been a while since I've beaten that thing. All right, blew that one out. This guy has a... Why is he holding this thing? Oof. I don't have enough healing things. I'm about to die here. Okay, I'm going to kill that thing, and then I'm going to try to escape, I think. Or should I try to kill him? No! Oof. There we go. Beat him. I can open this chest, and then I'm getting out of dodge. Alright, so this thing will destroy one artifact. Oh, there's a lot of these things. Alright, I'm going to get rid of this thing. And get rid of these. I'm going to put this into... I'm going to use it first, actually. I thought I could put this one... Oh, it has to be... That's what it is. I'm in a chest. Here, I'm going to... hit R1 to quick equip. This will then be a potion that I can use when I'm in the dungeon. And I'm going to grab the rest of these things. So I'm going to move this over here. I'm going to move this one over here. Oops, not what I wanted to do. I'm going to quick move this one. No. Move it over here. I'm going to move this one over there. Okay, and I need one more thing moved. So I'm going to put this up here, and then I'm going to move this one down there. So none of this stuff will blow up anything in my inventory. I'm going to hold down B to teleport back to town. It gives you a little rundown. You can see that I got to the second floor of 4. So definitely had some more stuff to explore in this dungeon. I got a bunch of really great loot. You can see the things that were hidden now are unveiled. And I'm going to go back to town. All right. Let's load in. I'm going to put some stuff up for sale. What do I need to upgrade my sword? I think if I talk to this guy... I want to upgrade my sword. I just need... Oh, I need 5 of the iron. I only have 4. So I won't be able to upgrade my sword quite yet. But that's okay. I'm going to go here. Things that I've already sold before will be auto-priced. So that one... I'm going to put these over here as well. Get rid of this one. Not sure these again. Water lamps are 175. No, 275. 75. All right. I'm going to put my golem cores over, and I think the stack's in 5. Yeah, I'm going to put this over as well, which is something called a gold rune, which is 330 each. So these are actually really, really good to find early on. All right, put a bunch of stuff there. I could open my shop, but it's night, so you can't open a shop at night. So you have to sleep, go back to town, or go back to your shop rather, unlock the door, and then allow things to be sold. So anyway, that's kind of what Moonlighter is. You're going to the dungeon, collecting loot, selling the loot, trying to get the best price that you can possibly for the loot. Taking that, buying equipment, upgrading equipment, inviting new people to your dungeon, enchanting things, making potions. There's a big loop of going in, getting the stuff, saving the stuff if it's for a recipe, or selling it if you don't need it right now. A lot of these items are so easy to get, there's no reason to save them. But some of the bigger items, like, do I have any of them here? No, I don't. These ones, gold runes, are hard to find. Crystal rock, what do these ones sell for again? 83. I rarely ever find these, but I don't think I need them for any recipes, so I've never held on to them. Yeah, then this thing, I definitely need it for my sword upgrade, so I'm not going to sell that one right away. But I could get 1650 gold for selling that one for the perfect price. So anyway, that is my first look of Moonlighter. Hopefully you enjoyed it. This game is fantastic. If you are a Stadia Pro member, just click claim and play this game. It is definitely worth playing. Even if you don't like procedurally generated games, if you don't like randomly generated dungeons, this one is a bit of a different spin on what is a standard formula for these types of games, where you go into a dungeon, you try to do a little bit better, take your gold, upgrade. This one, you're not getting gold, you're getting items that you then have to turn around and sell for gold, or use as components for upgrades. So really, really fun game. Lot of things to do. And like I said, if you go to the main menu, I think it saves when I came back, so I should be okay here. If not, that's cool too. You can see the Between Dimensions add-on is available on Stadia. I'm on the Chromecast with Google TV, so if I click that, it just tells me to go to my mobile device to buy it. Hopefully that functionality will come at some point where you can actually buy things on this device. That would be really awesome. Yeah, I think that's it. That's all I have to say. Moonlighter is fantastic. Go out there and play it. That's going to do it for me, Lloyd Hannison from the Nerd Nest. Check out what we do here at nerdnest.tv. Click subscribe. Make sure you have the bell. And leave us a comment below. What do you think of Moonlighter? Are you a fan of this game? Is this a game that you were really not knowing if you were going to play it, but you watched my first look and now you want to play it? Let us know below. Always like to hear things like that. So anyway, that's going to do it for me, Lloyd Hannison, at Dasme on Twitter, DASME. Yeah, it's going to do it. So have a good one, everybody, and we'll see you in the next one.